Tarun,
Yeah.
good to see you, mate.
Nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
How you feeling today?
I'm good.
We're in your house.
Yeah.
You've graced us with the opportunity to come through.
Yeah.
Be honest with me. Is this your favorite room in your whole house?
Yeah. It's a good room, isn't it? It's a good room.
You are pretty specced out,
Yeah.
my G. Talk to me. Do you know much about this gaming rigs, racing sim, whatever this is? What's the specs? Do you know anything about it?
Well, you know I like F1, right?
We'll get onto that in a second. I know you adore F1.
So you have to have one of these.
Yeah.
It was like my number one priority to have one of these in the flat. So it's good. It's a good rig.
Mm.
And you tried it on a few laps before, right?
It was a lot of fun.
It was a good one.
There might be some footage of that at some point, but it was a lot of fun.
It's a good one.
I think it's safe to say you're living most men's dreams out here.
Yeah.
You're living it up. It's
It's good fun, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get you loaded up into a race.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything special today or?
So Silverstone, right? So we've just finished the Silverstone Grand Prix.
Mhm.
I think Silverstone's one of my favorite tracks, right?
Okay.
So I've got one shot quali.
Okay.
I might be bad at this.
Wow.
We'll see.
We'll give you grace, man. It's your thing. Well, while you're trying to concentrate on this, I'm gonna come bombarding you with some of the best questions I can come up with. But real quick, Tarun, who are you? What do you do? What do the people need to know? Introduce yourself.
So I'm Tarun. I was born on April Fool's Day,
Okay.
1996.
Nice.
So I am 29.
Okay. Nice.
So, but yeah, I was born in London.
Mhm.
So I've lived my life in UK.
Mhm.
So never traveled obviously around.
Yeah.
But 29 years being here.
Yep.
I love it here.
Yeah.
Can't complain about anything.
Mm.
And I was to kind of start heading I was born with a really rare disability syndrome.
Mm.
So was born with it. I think my parents didn't know about it before I was born.
Sure.
So it was very, very different.
Yeah.
But in general, have had many things we can go into detail later about the being disabled.
Yeah.
And a kid, and also in the Asian community as well.
For sure.
It's very different.
So whereabouts are your parents from?
So mum and dad. So my dad's from India. Mum's from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So I messed up.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
Keep doing your thing, bro.
But dad came to UK in 1990, I think.
Okay, cool.
So worked in basically, he's an occupational therapist.
Sick.
So he came here.
Yeah.
And then he married mum, and then they both came here.
Okay.
So so mum basically has lived her life here as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I've got a sister.
Podium pass, by the way.
Yeah,
You've done that
but I've qualified last.
Bro, you're light. This is under pressure. You perform.
Well, let's see.
This ain't. I think we might need to up the stakes. A little too easy for you.
Well, no, it's last. You finished.
Last. Okay, so you got a beautiful family.
Yeah.
Half Indian, half Sri Lankan.
Yeah.
You've been here all your life. And what do you do? What do you do for work, or do you study? What's your vibe?
It's quite funny because as I was a kid, I always wanted to be working in computers.
Okay.
So IT, websites, development stuff.
Yeah.
So I was always doing that. So building websites, doing technical stuff with the church, and I've always been at church since a kid.
Yeah.
And told that you had to go to church.
Sure.
And then I went to Loughborough for uni and studied. So before that, really, had many things. Few things went wrong in A levels and stuff. Didn't like exams, and was very more practical of doing stuff.
Sure.
So I dropped out of A levels and went to college.
Okay.
And then went to uni, which uni's great. Went to Loughborough. The uni life was great.
Okay.
When I say uni life, that was I was actually surrounded with a lot of Christian people. So all my friends were from a church called Open Heaven. Yeah. And I think you might know about Fusion.
Okay. Yeah.
So Fusion was a huge part of that. So Ness Wilson's, Rich Wilson is the leader of Fusion, right? So there was a very Fusion driven church. Loved it. I have friends who are friends to this day, and amazing people. And I just met some amazing people there, but hated the course. So as I basically studied there, I ended up spending more time just having fun
Yeah.
In the church.
Yeah.
Just doing other things, and one of those things was doing media stuff.
Okay.
So like I was like, we would basically do stuff at like just events or like start filming, and then it was kind of where I got my passion for video and photography, and just love doing it really.
Because let's be honest, you're killer behind the camera. Your work is insane, and like we actually get to do a lot of stuff together. We're often in the same spaces, and so just seeing you about with your camera out here capturing what's happening in church events, in other like even like secular events and stuff. It's really cool to see you at work, bro. And so I guess with that, how would you say like God moves through media for you? Like, have you met God through taking pictures and videos? It's like also this idea of worship, this idea of like doing relationship with God and giving him our best. How do you do that through a camera?
So I think it's really interesting, like over the years of doing photos. So like when I like to skip a few years there, I went into IT as like a job, actually where I was a patient at, and like was a work there. But that kind of got me the money to buy cameras. But when you're like capturing at church, and I used to go to a church in South Woodford, and it was just amazing to like see the difference of capturing secular versus church.
Wow.
So with church, it's very much like you're obviously you have to be careful where you're being sensitive of like moments of what God's doing and like how God's working with other people. So you have to be really careful of what you're capturing and who you're capturing. And I think someone said to me a few years ago with capturing versus like someone who's a worship leader is like your camera is your instrument. So your camera is like what you're capturing moments of what God's doing in the room. And it's equally as important as someone playing the guitar because you have the ability to share what God's doing in the room, and then also how other people are being affected by it. So, and like in this day and age, like what you know already, social media is a huge thing, right?
It is.
So it's like, how is God using social media for that? And it's like, but also being creative. Like there's so many things. Like it's not just copying what one church is doing to another church. Everywhere's different, isn't it? So like as I left that job at Great Ormond Street, just because I felt God was calling me to do media, it was like changing the culture of like how can we use what God's doing in churches to share, and that was like something that I'm hugely like passionate about. Even now.
So good. And so right now we're playing F1. Which F1 game is this? What?
It's 25. Like
2025.
I'm doing really badly. This is my first time playing it. Like on the single, like it only came out a few weeks ago.
State of the art. Only just came out a few weeks ago, but now don't worry, there's grace. You're doing your thing. But if you had to
and I'm talking.
And you're talking. You're communicating quite well. Me, I'd be in the wall all the time.
Kimi Räikkönen will be really silent. I'm not sure if you've seen the meme, but
no, I'm not into that.
There's a funny meme where the engineers are trying to talk to him, and he's like, "Shut up, I'm driving." So yeah, it's quite funny.
But talking gaming, you've been into gaming much your whole life? Or what's your gaming history like?
So for me, I don't know if it was like a sheltered kid, but I used to only play racing games.
Oh, okay.
I was like always car racing games. Hence why I only had an Xbox, because Forza was on it.
Sure.
So always Forza, and like it would be constant of just Forza. But then as I grew older, and I was allowed to play, let's say GTA and stuff, got into that.
Sure.
Obviously Minecraft. Minecraft.
We love it.
And then COD.
Okay.
I will not tell you how many hours I've played COD.
A lot of Call of Duty hours.
A lot of Call of Duty.
Were you like in the like, back in the, were you playing on like Xbox 360 and stuff? Yeah. Were you in the like FaZe clans, all of the like 360 no scope, Warhammer, Temper Shot, all that stuff? Or no? So
COD actually only, funny enough, it was only like just before COVID.
That
I got into it.
Okay.
So, and not like Warzone, not anything like that. Just like TDM, gun game, all that stuff.
Fair.
And I think I was like, most of my friends, we were just hours on that.
That's serious.
But then also like GTA Online.
Fair.
You know what I mean? But car racing is one of my
passions.
passions.
And like, let's talk about that, because to say that you're passionate about racing and F1 would be an understatement. Yeah. What does F1 mean to you? Like, how long have you been following it? Who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite driver? Like, give me some info.
So, I followed it in the early days.
Okay.
Of like Fernando Alonso. Well, that's for me. Like, I'm 29.
Sure.
So followed it since then. But as soon as Lewis Hamilton hit the scene, is like I full on diehard Lewis Hamilton fan.
Okay.
And will follow him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So obviously when he was at McLaren, love McLaren. It's not saying I don't like McLaren. I still love McLaren.
Yeah.
But as you can see, like I think you can see in the background Lewis Hamilton posters and all that.
Decorated.
Like,
everywhere.
But not just because he's won stuff. I've actually met him.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah.
You've met Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah.
IRL?
Yeah.
What's he like?
Insane.
Is he cool?
Like not just met him and like shook his hand, but like actually talked to him.
Spoke to him?
Twice.
Had coffee?
No, I can't cook. Let's just say that.
That is sick.
Yeah. But because I went through my work, like the Great Ormond Street, but Lewis Hamilton's brother's got a disability, so Lewis does a lot of stuff with Great Ormond Street.
Okay.
So I was a patient there, and then when I worked there, we went behind the scenes, like saw the garage, held the steering wheel, saw his car, and honestly, he's such a nice guy.
Fair.
And I think I think it's also just how humble he is, and like people might say otherwise of how he dresses and all that style stuff, but the thing is, he is such a nice guy.
Hey, we like fashion on this channel, so you know what I'm saying.
Exactly. And I was like, he is not someone who like flaunts it. He does a lot for charity that he doesn't go and shout about.
Okay.
And he's Christian.
And he's Christian?
Yeah.
Were you able to have any cool faith chats with him or mention that at all?
I think one year we were like, so like, how do you go to church and stuff? And he was like, whenever he's back in Silverstone, he goes with his family.
Wow.
And like he is, and I think just the way he is, like he has very good morals of what he does.
Yeah.
And he's very honest.
Yeah.
So obviously, when you're driving at 200 miles an hour, you might say stuff, but then you have that ability to be upfront about it and apologize. And I think he's F1.
There's like an authenticity, a realness.
Yeah.
F1, where if you ever get Lewis Hamilton on the Emmaus Gaming channel, you will be front seat. Don't worry, my guy.
Definitely.
You will be the guy.
But yeah, and then I've been to F1, been to Silverstone.
Yeah.
I've actually sat. No, I should slow down. I'm last anyway. Sat here.
What, you're gonna show me on the?
Yes, we sat here.
You sat there?
Yeah, sat here. and then.
That's so funny.
But yeah, this was before they had the new straight. So this is the old straight.
Okay.
And then there was another. Yeah, but it's great. You should go.
You should go, man. I should go, man.
The vibe is insane.
Is it loud?
It used to be loud.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be amazingly loud. Wow. But then with the lower spec engines,
fair, it's chill.
It's chill. But the funny thing is the classic cars are absolutely loud.
Crazy.
Like you would love the classic cars.
I'm down. Hey, I do also love cars, so it's a bit of me. But Broski, you mentioned in terms of like Lewis Hamilton and his brother, and also you mentioned before with your physical condition.
Yeah.
I'm super interested, like, how has that affected you growing up in terms of like maybe different challenges at school or in your adult life, and also with like faith?
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing a bit about that?
Like, yeah, man.
How that's been for you?
Yeah, so as a kid, I think I'm extremely lucky where my parents were very much like you're born with a disability, but kind of get on with it.
Sure.
So very much like, we're not gonna like put you in wrap you up in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Or like say you need to like, because I used to be a kid, but I would walk 2 steps, fall down, fall down, because I had like really bad balance.
Sure.
But it was like, just let him be. So it wasn't like, we need to like have him on the lead and like, make sure that he's like pampered.
Yeah.
But they were also very much like sensible, so not stupid, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So whenever I was a kid, I would always make sure that I was not looked as different. So I think that made me always make sure that if I'm out with friends or whatever, I was just being normal.
Yeah.
And I think still even the case, it's like if I'm doing stuff at work or anywhere else, it's very much like how can I be normal, but also what is normal?
Sure. Yeah. No. Definitely.
Like there is no normal. Like everyone's got stuff.
Yeah.
Just because you can physically see how I'm different.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I'm any different to anything else. And I think for me is like going from primary school, I had like really good friends. My teachers, I had like this LSA, so learning support assistant, for like 6-7 years. Literally, I wasn't like sidelined. So like sports days, she would literally pick me up and run through the race. So I wasn't like treated, oh, you can't take part in this.
Sure.
So you're locked up in a room doing something else. You're part of everything. So then like in school, when I went to secondary school was when I hit a bit of difference, because the secondary school which I didn't like was where you were very much like sidelined. So like it was like all your disabled friends, you hang around with your disabled friends. You don't hang around with normal people.
Okay.
So that was like something that I hated.
Yeah.
But then when I went to college, it was like, you're just hanging around with anyone.
Sweet.
So it's like, and then similar with now. So it's like growing up is always figuring out, just because I'm physically disabled doesn't mean that I have to act different, if it makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, bro. And I love what you said in the sense of like, everyone's, what is normal? Yeah. There's such a tough, like, you know? It's like, and the Bible makes it super clear that the Lord is intentional in our creation. Like he loves every single one of us. And so there's intentionality. And so I love, if you're able, it'd be great for you to share, like, how do you feel like the Lord has actually moved through you in your physical condition? Like, actually, what have been some opportunities, some ways that actually that only you could do? Yeah. Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what do you have to say on that?
Well, I think for me, it's like I've always thought it's like I'm born like this. So we'll go back to how I was disabled. Yeah. So when I was born, the doctors used to say I had, so this syndrome is called multiple pterygium, where I have desiccated hips, desiccated elbows, stiff knees, scoliosis in the back, but like scoliosis where they don't know what it is, so they don't know how bad it was. So when I was a kid, they were like, oh, we don't know how bad it is, we have to keep monitoring it. Yeah. And then various issues with my feet as such. Okay. So when I was born with like my feet was standing up like on the heels. Okay. But like when I was born, when my mum was pregnant, they thought I had something completely different. Okay. Like clubfoot, I think. Sure. So when I came out and was actually born as such, then they were like, oh, we don't know what this is. Wow. So it was like very much of like we think you can only survive this amount of days or whatever. Oh, wow. Or like months or whatever. They never knew, right? So anything was an achievement. So like holding a pen or whatever. So from that, it was always thinking, I've always thought like anything I do, God hasn't made a mistake. And it's more like, made like this for a reason. Yeah. I can't be angry at anyone. Yeah. And even like things of like this is like, yes, life might be harder. Yeah. In other people's eyes. Yeah. But it's kind of like always taking the positives outside of the negatives. Sure. So in like my life, like I'm so blessed that I live in UK. Yeah. Yes, NHS might be annoying and stuff for some people, but I've got so many things that other people in other countries don't have, and the support. So like I'm able to drive. Yeah. I have like insane parking around the country. I have like, like you go to Westfield, 99.9% of all the shops have no steps. You don't get treated or shoved out of the corner as long as you're nice to them. Sure. You know what I mean? So it's like you have everything's there. So it's like you know what I mean? Yeah. So for me, it's like, how can I use that and like show people that I'm. So even like when we like, let's say joint prayer gatherings. Yeah. It's like just because I might be waddling around, it's like I've always, people might say, oh, that you might fall down or you might like we need to take care of you. But it's just. Yeah. Anyone can fall down. It's true. You know what I mean? And joint prayer gatherings, for those is watching, is where we come together as multiple churches to pray and worship for a couple hours. And Tarun, you're like the main media guy. Yeah, I see you got your Sony camera, Sony lenses, 200mm. Like, your photos are some of the best pictures, and I love them because I feel like your angles are so, I guess, unorthodox. And I'd say because of your physical condition, it forces you to move different. You got to try different things. Maybe the quote unquote
normal, average way of doing it
Yeah.
is not how it isn't very accessible for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which means that you have to be creative in a different type of way.
Yeah. I like you say Maine, but I think it is like the people there are amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just it's such a it's just fact like that I think we talked off camera, but we can talk now as well. It's always trying to find a way of doing of like there's always a way of doing something, right?
Yeah.
I would like say there's never a no.
Yeah.
So it's like how.
So good.
It's like always how can I do it?
There's never a no, it's just a how.
Yeah, like simple things, right? Like being disabled, can't put socks on by myself, can't like taking my trousers off myself, so can't reach my feet. But how I do it is using a drumstick. You mean?
Use a drumstick to put your trousers on.
Yeah. So it's like
to put your socks on.
Yeah.
That's
so
sick.
it's like you. So it's like it's funny because like you just have to find a way.
Yeah.
And it's like people might think, oh, like there must be something you have to make. I was like, no, there's so many things available.
Yeah.
You just have to find a way.
Find a way and be creative with it.
Yeah. And
so creativity isn't just in your camera work and your video work, it's in your everyday life.
Yeah.
So you're like a walk-in creative miracle.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I claim it. That's your new Instagram bio. Walk-in creative miracle. That is sick, though.
I thought that's a good one.
That's a good one, eh? Come on.
But it is God though. It's like, but also not gonna lie, it's the friends around me. So I think when I went to uni, I had friends who treated me normal. They were never like, and like just because I was in a wheelchair, we'll have fun messing around on the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So it's like everything was like, oh, you're not.
Like the wheelie, you
know.
What I'm saying?
But even like I'd be like, someone's like, oh, Tarun, I'm tired. Can I just drive your wheelchair? And you sit on my lap, and just messing around.
That's
and
so
it's
sick.
like, so it's like having those friends.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just because I'm disabled doesn't mean that I have to not go to the pub, not go here.
Yeah.
Or we like do road trips and stuff.
So would you say community has been key in your life?
Yeah.
So good.
And I think, and that's a church community.
Wow.
And I think that's just not at one church, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
It's the body of Christ.
Yeah. And it's like, even small things, well, you say small things, but they're actually big things. It's like how God puts the right people in your life for reasons.
Yeah.
So with uni, I had like, a friend of mine, like I never drank at uni.
Yeah. And
like he was he's still an amazing musician.
Yeah.
But so in uni there's this thing called club mission.
Yeah.
So in the union itself, the union itself gave a room for us to basically like club angels effectively, and we would give out Costa Creams from like 9 to 5 a.m. every Friday, and just have a place where people who were partying would come, chill, relax, and do whatever they wanted to do.
Wow.
But the thing was like me and him would be there all the time.
Yeah.
And to just evangelize in that way, because obviously when you are drunk, you people can say anything, right? But people would immediately ask me, it's like, oh, so like you're a Christian, like how come like God you're not a like there was a few nights like there was this guy who was an atheist who actually got baptized like a year later.
Wow.
And was saying like how like, oh, you're a Christian, but like why is God punishing you? And I've always said like, no, because if I wasn't disabled, I wouldn't have gone to Loughborough. I wouldn't have dropped out of that school.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone to Loughborough. I wouldn't have met those friends.
Yeah.
And then even now I'm thinking it's like I wouldn't have met that friend who is freelancing with me and doing stuff with me creatively.
Wow.
And then I wouldn't be like sane. I wouldn't. And it's like
it's God's plan.
Yeah.
So sick.
Yeah.
So sick. Can I ask you about the Bible?
Yeah.
What's like your favorite part of the Bible? Do you have a favorite verse or a favorite story in the Bible? Something that just really resonates to you and maybe has given you some sort of encouragement or hope or joy throughout the years?
I think the Lord is my shepherd. So it's actually a funny story.
Yeah.
So it was like it was a Christmas and I was really ill and I'm asthmatic as well.
Okay.
So I was basically all Christmas was really busy with church.
Yeah.
Christmas went to a cousin's house, and basically I woke up one night there with my mum slapping my back and the ambulance there.
Wow.
And it happened that I somehow had started hallucinating.
Yeah.
And I remember I don't remember much, but from what I heard from my parents was it was 10 minutes of me just reciting the Lord is my shepherd.
Crazy.
And then all I remember seeing was just bright light.
Whoa.
And it was something where like I was just thinking is like and it happened. I don't know where I started reciting it, but it was always something that my granddad used to always say.
Wow.
And everywhere we used to like my old house, my bedroom, would always have that like on the like those plaques, the Christian plaques.
Yeah.
And it's like always like it's true, because like I'm guided from what God's doing. All the I should let go of the single, but like what God's doing.
Yeah.
But also the people around me.
Yeah.
So like you said, community is key.
Yeah.
But people are putting people in my life.
Yeah.
To show me, okay, Tarun, you're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Like you should not doing this wrong, but like you guiding you to the right.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron, healthy rebuke and doing the heavy lifting for one another to have those close friends.
But also just being there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So good, bro. So the Lord is your shepherd. You can testify.
I can testify.
Hallelujah. Yeah. Amen. Broski, how you doing? 8 out of 20. That's pretty good, no?
But on practice, we should actually go to let's go retire from the session. But yeah, and I think it's very much like understanding what just the friendship community is key. Like I think for me it's like without and I see how vital that plays. Yeah. Like, I think like we met, was it a year and a bit ago, 2 years ago?
Us too.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been around. You're like a B-Nox, a big name on campus type. So I've seen you for a minute, but maybe officially like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like we met in different areas, and then how we all came together, isn't it?
For sure. Bro.
Like we all like the Christian world, and it's like even Harry who helped who's like around, like Harry and all these.
Harry.
Yeah.
Come on. He's hiding behind me. Trust me, he's doing the thing.
But like people like that, and I think you need to those people that you don't see much. Yeah. And like it's nice to I don't know what's the word, like be around people. Yeah. Who have that heart, but also spiritually, but as nice people. Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah. Broski, you've shared so much. Thank you so much for your vulnerability, bro. I appreciate that. Is there? I know you're loading up a race, but is there like almost like any final message, any kind of like landing point that you as you're loading into your next and final race? Any final points you want to say to the people? I think for me, I think it's like I think I've said it to other people is always understand like how people are in their heart. Yeah. Than just from like you don't judge the book by its cover. Yeah. So like for me, it's just because I'm disabled, people might think, oh, we need to look after you. And what's it called? Like baby you or like treat you different. Or it's like but then on the flip side is also, if you are someone who's disabled, never be scared of like, oh, I'm not going to ask for help. Like, oh, that person's going to judge me. Yeah. I don't think anyone cares. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's for like, sure. So like, let's say I fell over recently. In the middle of London. Yeah. And it's like, you just have to roll with the punches, really. Wow. Isn't it? And it's like, fell over, fine. And then I think also it's like a kind of blessing in disguise. Like I just realised, we realised that I fell over in the sun. Yeah. It wasn't rainy. Yeah. I never had my phone in my hand. Yeah. Which I normally do. Okay. I never had my cameras on me. Yeah. So I was like, oh, like... It could have been a lot worse. It could have been worse. Wow. And then those people's around me. Wow. There was no car in front of me. Yeah. There was no like sharp objects or anything. So it was like you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's always like God has it planned in that way. Yeah. I've crashed really. You've crashed. It sounds like you've got such a beautiful relationship with gratitude. Yeah. Which actually isn't officially one of the fruits of the spirit. Yeah. But I feel like gratitude, especially for me in my life, being able to hold like a grateful heart, like the Lord, it's almost like when it comes to like when we give our offering, or sometimes on a Sunday we'll give tithing, which is when you give a portion of your money to God. It's like we always say this idea of like the Lord loves a cheerful giver. There's something about having joy. There's something about not taking offense, not being easily offended, but actually holding a heart of gratitude. And that sounds like that's definitely something that through your life, through your circumstances, but actually you've been able to incorporate. But I think also it's very like another thing I don't think we'll chat quickly about, but it's like gratitude of where you are. So like when I worked at Gosh, I was earning more money, and my mind was like mindset of like, because I worked for church, went back to Gosh as like an IT manager, and I was like a money career, and then there was people at Saint, like we were it was a really bad like few months at work, and I was like I had this thing of like media and IT, and media at that time was like, okay, I'm not earning enough money, and I'm like, to just do media.
Yeah.
But we got to a point where someone said at church was like, God has to rock the boat for you to drop stuff for him to give you more.
Yeah.
And like with Noah in the ark, all God told was build the ark. He didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it was like, so I basically literally, I think it was after Renaissance Renaissance, the conference, the Christian
creative
conference.
yeah.
And it was like thinking, okay, I'm just going to drop, literally, that Friday, emailed had no plans.
Sure.
Of like, was like, okay, I'm dropping this job, which was, let's say, good money.
Yeah.
As a services manager in central London. And like, had so much responsibility, just resigned.
Wow.
And basically was like, okay, I'm grateful that I've got this house. I was in that job for that part of that period of my life because I needed to get a mortgage or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, God's gonna sort it out. Within a week later, someone from like let's say New Wine, where I was like doing work before, were like, oh, like we want to chat with you. And like eventually, like things lined up where I ended up having like part-time work with freelance, part-time with this, working for a church in like up in Preston.
Yeah.
But then I was like, and I was like, I wasn't, you said about being grateful. When I was in the IT job, I wasn't feeling grateful, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're like, my mood, I had all these things, but the thing that was like kind of diminishing, I was like, oh, the stress of work, the people around, and whoever you're around, it makes you feel bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, then now working at New Wine as a charity or do media, you're like, like money might be tight, but God has things lined up that you never know.
Yeah.
But also not just with money or what job is, but people.
Sure.
So for me, it's like empowering other people, of like being creative in the Christian industry is a huge thing.
That's beautiful. Broski, you shared some nuggets, you shared some wisdom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And thanks for blessing us with some
man. It
decent
was very
content.
bad racing.
Well, racing, schmation, it's sort of, I mean,
Yeah,
you got
it's hard to race and talk.
All F1 is just going in circles, no?
Oh, it's hard to race and talk, I'm just saying.
Yeah, fair play. But no, you've been sick. You've got a media thing.
Yeah.
Check your media. If you guys need any video, if you're London based, do you go internationally? Anywhere, bro. This guy flies out. If you need some photography, video stuff, go check it out. Check your media. Tarun, you've been a blessing. God bless you, brother. We'll catch you soon. Peace.